Welcome, citizen, to another Starcraft Nation broadcast. I'm your host, Venerati, and here we go. Ready or not, we have the fifth and final matchup here, at least for now, for this series, in between Moonglade and our good buddy LiquidHuk. LiquidHuk, of course, will be spawning as the red Protoss, and Moonglade will be the purple Zerg player. We are on Shakura's Plateau, and hello, we have an amazing matchup in store for you. If you haven't joined this before this, it has been some serious hot sauce. I mean, back and forth. Moonglade taking an early lead 2-0 against LiquidHuk here, which is a pretty awesome feat. I mean, to go straight up 2-0 against him, good stuff, especially Zerg player. And the way that Moonglade's played, hyper-aggressive early first matchup, second matchup, able to overcome the Colossus gateway unit threat that you see from the majority of our Protoss foes. I mean, that's the bread and butter of anti-Zerg play. But then we saw LiquidHuk mix it up when there was a massive Mutalisk threat coming from Moonglade. We saw Blinkstalker / High Templar just absolutely reign supreme, rendering those Mutalisks absolutely useless and almost a liability. So, great play right there. Going to be interesting to see what we see here. We don't have cross positions. We actually have this little death, murder, alleyway, doom, I don't know what you want to call it. Every caster has their own name for it. I haven't yet branded a name for it. So, it's just going to be, it's going to be a lot of pain right here. But this is awesome because you have options here. You can apply pressure on the front door, whether they grab a fast expand, which LiquidHuk is trying to block right here, or if they try to one-base it, you can still break down these rocks, come over here, break down these rocks as well, and if his army's halfway out here, you're going to catch him off position, put him in an odd, decision-making situation where he's like, all right, do I counterattack and try to do a base race, or do I come back, try to run and defend against, all these decisions, especially, you catch your enemy off guard, and you can really reap a lot of rewards here. And this is the kind of spawning positions where you can utilize this. Now, right now, we see Moonglade grabbing a spawning pool, no extractor, gonna also grab the expansion right here at right around 20, and he is starting to stream out Zerglings here. 4 Zerglings on the way, this one probe running for his life. Well, actually going to be doubling back here in and among the reeds, and we'll be looking to continue to scout. So right now, 4 Zerglings looking to apply some pressure here. Moonglade, earlier on in these matchups, has done it with great success, applying pressure to this gateway. Is he going to attack? We do actually see the Sentry coming here, absolutely chrono boosting it out right now. The Zealot sitting here just basically has to sit there and cry and watch his gateway be chewed on right here by these Zerglings. The Zerglings probably not going to be able to get through here as the Sentry is about to be done, though, with this early pressure, forcing LiquidHuk to use his, oh my gosh, are you serious? Using his chrono boost, totally, brain fart right there. Using his chrono boost on this gateway, not on his warp gate technology, because the Nexus, of course, is going to be just now able to use this chrono boost, so not going to have anything saved up right there, and going to be delaying this warp gate technology ever so slightly, and at the same time, we'll be denying that early warp gate pressure, as a 4 gate can, generally come out, if you really cut everything else, it can come out at around 4 minutes, 30 seconds to 6 minutes. So that's what you're going to be anticipating. Right now, we are at 5 minutes and 50 seconds, 1 warp gate on the way, Nexus on the way, so we're going to be seeing expansion coming here from Huck. Huck knowing, of course, that he's going to have time, as we've seen Moonglade expand as well. Moonglade only sitting on 1 gas right now, so no super heavy tech. Not even seeing the layer tech at this point, though soon to be here, I'm quite sure, seeing as we're sitting at the 100 mark of gas at this point. So where is it? Maybe not, I don't know. We see 2 more extractors being occupied right now, so maybe, I don't know, he's just sitting on some gas, so totally, there you go. Once again, you can't make calls as a caster, because they'll totally prove you wrong. So either way, let's take a gander here at the income tab. 36 Harvesters to 28, so Moonglade trying to put himself in a macro position because this is where you want to be as a Zerg player anyway. Secures Plateau, tons of room to play. Generally considered a Zergling friendly map, a Zerg friendly map. And I guess Zerglings fall under the purview of Zerg, period. So there you go. Looking back at the production tab that Nexus will be finishing up here. 3 spine crawlers here. So Moonglade definitely will be digging in here. Looking for some kind of tech, not really sure. We haven't really seen any sort of aggression coming out of Huck. So these spine crawlers purely metagame. He's expecting something as we are sitting at the 8-minute mark right now. And so these spine crawlers coming out there just around the 740, and here we go. Tons of sentries on the field. We'll be killing that one Zergling. So these spine crawlers, in obviously showing that there was wisdom in grabbing those guys, and it doesn't look like Huck is really going to be looking to put too much pressure on here. We do have an Overlord. We'll be coming back here. We'll be suiciding, looking to try to figure out what exactly is going on. And this is going to be important. As a Zerg player, you have to sacrifice these Overlords. Now, of course, this isn't good news for all of your Overlords, but overall, you want to have vision, because we see it right here. We really doesn't know what's going on in this main base, and this is so important because you have to be able to aptly predict what your enemy is going to be throwing at you, because if he all of a sudden comes out there with five freaking Void Rays and you have Roaches, you're screwed. You're going to have a lot of Queens and a lot of Spore Crawlers already down to deal with that, especially if they get charged up. So this kind of preliminary scouting sacrifice is very, very pivotal. Now, we do have Lair Tech down. So, kind of, I don't know about the call on not getting the Overlord. I'm sorry, upgrading the Overlord into an Overseer, especially with how much gas we're sitting on right now. We're sitting 600 gas to about 200 minerals. So, Moonglade not really utilizing a lot of the gas that he has. And here we go, we do have a faux Phoenix up here. Hallucination Phoenix, whatever you want to call it. Faux Phoenix. I like that. It kind of has a ring to it. Faux Phoenix. So, Faux Phoenix will be moving out here. We'll be scouting out. We'll be getting a free... Basically, it's like the little black cable box of Starcraft 2 scouting. Because you get it for free. It doesn't cost you anything except for the upgrade for Hallucination anyway, which is great to augment any army, especially if you have Colossus in there already. Why not throw 3 more Colossus in there? 6 more Colossus. Whatever you got. I mean... Seriously, because the Corruptors can't tell which one to attack, and it's just great, great stuff all around. Very underused skill. I can't say it enough. Good stuff. Glad to see this from our buddy Huck. Now, Moonglade will be putting out a change lead. Of course, this change is quite obvious, and Huck will see it. But he will be able to scout and tell exactly what's going on. Now, Moonglade's army, toe-to-toe, if we don't see the sentries use their abilities, could overwhelm Huck, but things are so close in these force fields, so deadly, especially considering how much energy these guys have. Let's take a look right here. Press that good old Alt key. These guys, almost all of them fully charged right here. So, force fields galore, Guardian shields, everything you want to know about it, it's there. So, actually, also, really nice. I like the cannons up on the high ground. It makes me feel warm and cozy. You just want to sit there. And there we go. We actually have the 3 spine crawlers will be moving out into the mid-ground here, as we do have nice creep spread. Actually, we'll be sitting here at this choke point. Great stuff right here. Now, we still do have the destructible rocks that you could circumvent these static defenses, but this will stall any sort of attack and make the opponent think twice. And this is definitely all about the metagame, making your opponent feel uncomfortable about moving forward. Now, we have 5 cancerous tumors right there, ready to spread. So, great, great creep spread here for Moonglade every single time, every game, just continually doing that. Now, meanwhile, speaking of great stuff, we have Huck mucking around here in Death Valley. Not only is he getting a forward base of operations, this Nexus right here is going to be a bastion. It's going to allow him to continually apply pressure here on Moonglade's main, and this is where all of his tech buildings are. He's got 2 hatcheries, no hatchery and a lair. He's got the Evo chamber, the road. All of this stuff is very important for his unit production. It's not like a gateway where you kill one. Oh, look, I got 5 others. But here we go. LiquidHuk, lots of sentries right here, throwing down on those rocks. Those rocks are going to be going down right there. Look, and I just want you to take a notice of this production tech. Look at all those beautiful things being built right there. That's macros, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at that lovely APM tab. We see lots of APM going along with that macro as well. We do actually have Colossus will be joining the battle. Thermal Lance has not been completed just quite yet. 2 more Colossus on the way. Armor level 1 will be coming as well. 2 more gateways coming. And this Overseer sees what's going on. He's going to definitely be backing out there ASAP. As, you know, right now, honestly, take a look at the Army tab. We can see Moonglade take this army, but the positioning is so terrible because he has to charge down this ramp. So many sentries just begging. I mean, it's like bacon strips. Just, oh, come on down. We'll just sit there and throw all these force fields all over you. And this is a very difficult position because, situationally speaking, LiquidHuk has the absolute total advantage. It doesn't matter that he's 30 down, but here we go. The Colossus had their Thermal Lance upgrade. Finally, poor Hydra was dying right there. And, of course, the spawning pool will be going down as well. But these things, not super important, but this shows you Huck using these abilities, and he's going to be forced to get Corruptors. We do see Corruptors coming online right here. 3 already showing up here. 6 more on the way. Ground ranged weapons level 2 will be finishing up here momentarily. As that one Hydra's getting very ballsy right there. And trying to keep that supply depot. There hasn't been a Terran here for quite some time. No, the spawning pool dying right there to those thermal lances. Now, Huck just picking away, just absolutely being like that dirty little thorn that you stepped on 2 months ago, and it's just now coming out, and it hurts every time you move. That's what LiquidHuk's doing right now. Now, we see lots of cannons coming down here as well. So we'll be solidifying this and using these warp gates as meat shields as well. Corruptors, lots of Corruptors in here. Let's get a look at the units tab. We have 9 Corruptors, 15 Roaches, 30 Hydralisks, 81 drones. Holy cow, that's a lot of drones. And we have that will be going up against 6 Colossus, 16 Stalkers, and 10 Sentries. Now, these Colossus will be the bread and butter of the DPS in this army. Everything else is going to be meat shield with situational awareness. Now, meanwhile, these Hydras trying to evacuate out of here as the Stalkers do show up. 1 Roach and 3 Hydras will be going down needlessly there. Great use of these force fields, as if Moonglade had stayed around. 3 more Hydras going down. So many. These 6 Colossus right here. Going to be very high bill right here for these Corruptors to kill. And here we go. Force fields going down. Guardian shield as well as this Overseer going over. They're trying to get a good look at what's going on. Corruption going down on these Colossus. Colossus will be going down. Meanwhile, these Roaches and Hydras are being absolutely just stripped away right here, as all of these Colossus will be going down, but there's just no ground forces for Moonglade to deal with these Stalkers, as we do actually see LiquidHuk moving back here, going up against here 5 Hydras, 3 Roaches, more Roaches on the way. Let's take a look at the production tab, as we only have 7 Roaches on the way, even though, look at this, 1,500 mils, 700 gas, tons of larvae sitting here as well. So Moonglade not really being not really sure what he wants to build here, as we see the Colossus coming up here as well. I'm going to get sniped right there. There's way too many Colossus. Or, I'm sorry, way too many Corruptors. Getting a little long in the tooth right there, actually, as we see Corruptors going down to this cannon fire right here, as LiquidHuk retreating just only a couple of paces back to his forward base of operations right here. So LiquidHuk keeping the pressure on Moonglade. Meanwhile, let's take a look at what Moonglade is doing here. He's got 1, 2, 3 expansions to the 2 expansions of LiquidHuk. Now, LiquidHuk could lose this expansion if he does lose this battle of the ramp. But as long as he keeps sentries here, as long as he keeps the pressure on this ramp, and here we go, lots of Roaches in the mix-up now, as we do actually see Moonglade reacting to these Colossi with Roaches. These Roaches are going to be a lot more robust, a lot more apt at dealing with the damage that is being put out by the Colossus. Meanwhile, the Corruptors are actually going to be engaging the Colossus. Blinkstalkers coming up here. We'll be adding DPS there, making sure to just nip the kills of these retreating units here. Let's take a look at that. Lots of these Roaches not really feeling. Actually, that one guy just like on life support. 3 HP. Holy cow. If it were not for that armor upgrade, he definitely would have been a dead man. Dead Roach. Don't know if you can really assign sex to Roach. Do Roaches have sex? Not really sure about that. So, here we go. Meanwhile, LiquidHuk looking to expand once again. More photon cannons coming out. Why not? He's got the money to do it. 167. Take a look at the army tab. 196 to 167. We see the superior army coming here from Moonglade. If we take a look at the income tab as well, he's got fewer harvesters, so we know he has a stronger army as far as numbers go. The unit composition, though, and the situational composition as well, just so much in the favor of LiquidHuk right here. Corruptors trying to get in here, will be doing fire. 1 Colossus going down. Blinkstalkers trying to get in here as range of the Corruptors. Roaches just doing as much as they possibly can right here, as they're getting bottlenecked here by these Zealots on that ramp right there. Almost all those Corruptors going down to those Blinkstalkers, as it looks like we're going to see a lot of pressure applied to this main base here. But Moonglade going to be in a lot of trouble. Is he going to be losing as his Corruptors trying to kill that 1 Colossus going down? 2nd Colossus about to go down, as well as these Roaches. More Roaches, reinforcements streaming in here. armor level 2, or attack level 2 air. More roaches being queued up as well, but so many colossi, so many stalkers. Colossi will be going down as this one Colossus so close to death. 26 health left over. So the main base of Moonglade about to be compromised as we have quite a few stalkers here. Even the drones are beginning leaving right now as there are no minerals left and they're just kind of hanging out there anyway. So now this isn't going to be the game for Moonglade, but Moonglade's going to lose a lot of production facilities right here as we see more roaches coming. Is he short on larva? No, he's got larva. He's got minerals. What are we waiting on? I'm not really sure as we're seeing these roaches sitting at 2-2 right now. They can't engage these Colossi and Stalkers because the Colossus are going to throw too much DPS on these guys. The range is too short for these roaches. So for the surface area, they just have to have too much surface area. They're too few in number. Taking a look at the Army tab, 130 to 157. Along here in conjunction with the Harvester count. So, Harvester count in favor of LiquidHuk. Oh, Blinkstalker's actually leaving the Colossus a little exposed right there, but not too much so that we're not actually going to lose anything. But, so right now, Moonglade in a really tough position because he's been reduced to roaches and corruptors when Hydralisks are really the bread and butter of the DPS base of this Zerg army. Because we've seen Moonglade do it. He can beat the Colossus Stalker army. The roaches are going to have a hard time with these Blinkstalkers as long as these Blinkstalkers, though, are attached to Colossus. They have to protect the Colossus. And this is where the roaches could really do a lot of damage because they can force the roaches back. Or, I'm sorry, if they can force the Blinkstalkers to blink back, the roaches can get in range of these Colossi. Meanwhile, though, this expansion will be going down. Moonglade will be able to save the majority of these drones here as we take a look at the Army tab back once again. Just LiquidHuk in command right now. So many Colossi, so many Stalkers. This is going to be very difficult for Moonglade to deal with right now as we see ground levels level 3 coming online. And right now, we have LiquidHuk running off of 2.5 bases as his natural expansion just about mined out, as his third expansion right here is just now coming online 100%, and this forward base of operations has been online for quite some time. Meanwhile, the Moonglade running off of 2 bases had a third here for a moment, but the pressure coming from LiquidHuk is just too much to deal with right now. We have a lot of Corruptors in the air. They're going to be looking to get a hold of these Colossus. Now, these roaches, meanwhile, need to apply some pressure, and he needs to drive LiquidHuk back and make some damage for his macro. Basically, LiquidHuk's industries, his macro production facilities, have been unmolested for the entirety of this game. And this is really not a position you want to be as a Zerg player because you want to be getting in his face. You want to be making sure that he is not able to out-macro you, because if you're out-macroed as a Zerg player, it's pretty much, I mean, you're done unless you've got some hero units, Chuck Norris blood running through these roaches. It's not going to happen. And if we take a look at the Army tab, 200. And we all pretty much know 200 Zerg army isn't going to take on a 200 Protoss army. Here we go. We got 2-2 ground units. We have 0-2. And here we go. Blinkstalkers getting in the face of all these units and getting a little ballsy, though. These roaches getting a nice concave. All these Corruptors getting a hold of these Colossus. The Colossus dropping left and right, though. There's so much DPS going down on these roaches. The thin wall, the thin veneer, the condom of the Zerg army is just disintegrating right here. I'm not sure, as these not enough Hydralisks to deal with how many Stalkers are left over on the ground, and these Corruptors are going to be forced to retreat. So we've had a trade-off, but unfortunately, these Corruptors just cannot attack the ground units, and we see LiquidHuk forcing the retreat of Moonglade's army once again. 11 roaches on the way. We have quite a few Hydralisks on the ground too. Not enough to deal with how many Stalkers we see here, as we need to see more upgrades coming here from Moonglade, as we don't see the 3-3. We don't even have Hive Tech coming from him right now, so this is really what's going to be setting him back in the entirety of this game. And here we have Particle Disruptor level 3 for these ground units, and this is going to be huge. This is really what's going to carry the game for LiquidHuk, because per mineral, his Stalkers are going to be that much more effective. And it doesn't matter if he's only running off of 1.5. Well, he's running off of 2 bases right now. So we could see a macro advantage even come back to Moonglade, but the fact that his units are that much more upgraded is just, that's one more notch on his belt. We see Side Storms coming online as well, so more Zealots coming. So let's take a look at the Army tab right here. Looking pretty grim here for Moonglade. Moonglade, a base down, and if we take a look at the income tab as well, he's about just under 10 as far as Harvester count goes. So here we go. Stalkers, Zealots, only a few Colossus, so these 2 Colossus are going to fall really quickly, these Corruptors, but Corruptors are going to be absolutely useless when it comes to killing these Stalkers. And that's where a lot of the money is, because there's just too many Stalkers for this ground army to deal with, and now we've seen Moonglade invest in something that's going to be absolutely useless on the battlefield. So, here we go. Shields level 2 and armor level 2 coming online here for LiquidHuk. So LiquidHuk continuing just to upgrade his units, and this could allow him to run away with this game. It's still within grasp for Moonglade, but here we go. Hydralisk in front of Roach is not where you want to be. And here we go. Zealous just dying left and right, but the Concave not going to be in the favor, as these Corruptors are just absolutely going to decimate these Colossus. But these Stalkers just bouncing back and forth, going to be doing a lot of damage here. And we actually see Moonglade pushing the Stalker army back. But is it going to be enough? Is it going to be a trap, as we see these Roaches getting pretty far ahead of these Hydralisks? We'll take a look at the health tab right here, and more Stalkers showing up here. And this could be in a lot of trouble. Here we go. 15 Hydras on the way for Moonglade. Let's take a look at the army tab right here. 190. He's going to be maxed out, but once again, a lot of pressure going to be put on this expansion. He needs to keep this hatchery if you want to stay in it, but the hatchery going to be sniped right here. There it goes, and the Blinkstalker's getting away without a moment's notice. I mean, no hesitation, no damage to them. Basically able to run in there, snipe this expansion, forcing Moonglade to run off of almost one base completely. Yes, here we go. This is basically his lifeline as far as income goes. Meanwhile, though, LiquidHuk running off this one and just now bringing his, what would this be? His fourth expansion online. This is his 5th right here. So, Moonglade looking to make some magic happen. Here we go. We've got 2 Colossus on the high ground. Lots of Stalkers. Now, these Stalkers aren't going to be that effective against these Hydralisks, but if they're in the right positioning, it could be very brutal. But here we go. Moonglade will be putting pressure on this expansion. Psystorm's going down on all of these Hydralisks, trying to dodge it. Colossus getting here as well. Where are the Corruptors? These Hydras eating a lot of Colossus fire. This is not what you want to do. The Blinkstalker's getting up here in the face of these Hydras as well. The Hydras just melting because there's no Roaches in the way, no shields whatsoever. We see corruption going down on a lot of these Stalkers, and it does look like LiquidHuk will be losing this expansion. But I'm not sure that we're going to be able to see Moonglade replenish this. Meanwhile, though, 30 Roaches on the way. Ooh, we could see, I mean, Moonglade, this is pretty clutch because Moonglade's losing a lot right here. We take a look at the losses tab. They're still neck and neck, but that was an entire army dying right there, as this Nexus will be coming online. So we didn't see this Nexus getting sniped. We saw a lot of probes going down as well. So take a look at the income tab. We're seeing a 10 Harvester count lead for Moonglade. So Moonglade having 2 bases online right now. I don't know if it was really that effective. I don't know if it was worth throwing away that army, as these Corruptors just kind of hanging out, broing it up right here, as we see a lot of High Templar entering the battlefield right now. Only 2 Colossus on the field, so these Corruptors going to be minimally effective. I would like to see Broodlords. Broodlords are going to be very effective against the Psystorms. They're very just robust. And the Blinkstalkers could be an issue, but with so many Roaches on the ground, we could see Moonglade go ahead and be able to protect those Broodlords. But we see tons and tons of gas, but do we have the Hive Tech? No, we don't. We only see Lair Tech coming here from Moonglade. This is going to be very brutal. And here we go. Blinkstalkers getting in contact with the Corruptors. Corruptors forced to move back here. Once again, this hatchery getting in. Oh, and here we go. Psystorms. Oh, there we go. Bad. Psystorms going down on all these Roaches, softening them up, and all of those Roaches just melting before that. 16 more Roaches on the way. All those Colossus going down, and High Templars turning into an Archon, as all these drones forced to move once again, as a lot of them actually will be going down. These Blinkstalkers just keeping in touch with them and making sure to do a lot of damage. And Moonglade just trying to get more Roaches on the battlefield, though I don't think it's going to be enough, as he's only running up a 1 base now versus the 2 bases that we're going to be seeing from LiquidHuk. LiquidHuk only running off of 1 fully saturated base. We do only see gas, or only minimal saturation here, and lots of gas coming in, but so many Stalkers on the field. Taking a look at the army type, 142 to 120 in conjunction here. So, with the upgrades, 3-2-3 for these Stalkers versus 2-2, the fact that we're not seeing any sort of Hive Tech coming from Moonglade is just going to be so crucial here in these upcoming battles. Moonglade's army is just going to be that less effective. The training is just not, I mean, it's going to be like militia versus hardened veterans from straight off the battlefield. It's just not going to happen, and Moonglade's in a very tough position here, as he's going to have a Hail Mary of some sort of attack here, because Roaches and Corruptors versus Stalker and High Templar. Not going to cut it, bro. Not going to cut it at all. So here we go. Stalkers will be moving up here. Is this going to be the final attack? Blink Stalker's moving back here. The Arcline being a little bit slow and retreating, but Moonglade just... He's scared. He's in the corner, and he's not where he wants to be. Taking a look at the losses tab, Moonglade is quite a bit behind right here. 8,000 behind. Getting a couple of Hydras in the mix here. Hydras going to be adding the DPS, but they're very vulnerable to these High Templar attacks, and the fact that all of the creep has been beaten back, these Hydras are going to be very slow. The Corruptor's just kind of hanging out, broing it up, because there are no more Colossus on the battlefield, and LiquidHuk in a great position here, looking to seal up as we have Zealot attack here on all the tech building of Moonglade. So doing a nice little backhand attack as these guys are so cheap, so cheap. We'll be actually killing this mother as well, the queen as well. Psystorm's going down on this army, and LiquidHuk gonna be able to sum it up here as this best of 5 series going to the 5th battle, and LiquidHuk just stonewalling Moonglade, bowing up like a boss, not giving anything there, as that nice little attack with the Zealots here, as he had the money, he had the supply to give it up there, throwing Moonglade off balance, and Moonglade knew he could not come back from that, and we see LiquidHuk just finish it up there. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. Let me know what you think about what's going on here. I know that I've been very lax, and I do apologize for that, for not getting that out there for you. But also, I want to thank SC2CastFinder.com for representing me there, as I did get on the list, and just, thank you all around. And it helps the community. We want to get that kind of flow out there. So either way, that's what the props I have for the day. So I'm going to leave you guys alone. So as always, citizens,